J. Cole is a bully.
Let's get right to it. J. Cole's The Fall Off is out.
Jump, I spit phrases that'll thrill you. You're nobody to somebody that know the real you. Remember light-skinned Jermaine, swore he knew the game. Got a record deal and he took it to the brain. Remember light-skinned Jermaine before all of the fame. Traded in his soul for that Rockefeller chain.
Bitch, heard you say I ain't real, that's your belief, huh, bitch? Well, look, I'm back in the Ville so we can see, punk, bitch.
What?
J. Cole's The Fall Off is packed with grown man sermons, but if you really listen to Poor Thing and What If, you'll hear two completely different versions of Cole fighting for control. On What If, he's
Understand the power in love, the choice to be the bigger man. I want to say from the heart, I apologize. What if?
He's the wise elder, preaching peace, regret, and the dangers of pride, using Biggie and Pac as avatars to justify his own apology era. But on Poor Thing, he's back in the trenches, calling out local rappers, flexing his pain, and demanding fades like he's still got something to prove.
Just switch in the back of my mind, I gotta be something, bitch. That's when I started rhyming and make the beat something, bitch.
Who you talking about?
First of all, I'm happy that J. Cole's here after the damage that Diggy Simmons did to his career.
There you go.
Survived.
You know,
and only provoking and hopes to go #1 again. Hoping some rapper disses me just to make the fun again. It's no fair. Pac had Mobb Deep and Biggie, and all I get left with is Tyrese and Diggy.
What's up, where's your boy Charles Brown? Back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe. Hit notification bell. Keep sending those cash outs to CLBMG. Join that membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. Before we get started, I got some new partners, sponsorships, and affiliate links to help me grow the channel. If you rocking with the boy, go down in the bio. I got Temu. I know you be shopping at Temu, don't lie. I got DistroKid, ReStream, Black Yeti, of course. I got Brew Demon, and I got Gamo Outdoor. The links are down below. Tap in, lock in, show your boy some love, all right? Listen, I know people going to say, Charles, what are you talking about? J. Cole is the most purest, most softest, the most welcoming soul in all of hip-hop. There is no way you're going to sit here and prove that J. Cole is some kind of bully. Well, gang, I might be here for a while. I've been thinking about this for a couple days, and salute to the homie Mike Drop, who deadass got a personal vendetta against J. Cole. Head on over to his page for a more in-depth view on this topic and others. I got to salute to the Mike Drop TV gang. But I want to say I might be here for a while. So grab you like some turkey pot pie or some poached rabbit or something, right? I know some of you like, what the hell, Charles? Listen, I don't eat it, never had it, but it sounds like some of you guys might want to try. Listen, J. Cole made a rap record against a local rapper after he backed out of a battle with Kendrick Lamar, right? Now, I know you guys going to say, Charles, that's it, that's all you got. Well, there's levels to this, and I do want to discuss it. I looked at this whole situation. After sizing it up, I think you guys are letting J. Cole break every single rule in this thing because he's giving you this all shucks, I'm a preacher man or son of a preacher or a burgeoning preacher. I'm about to be some kind of preacher, rap preacher. And you guys are bending over backwards to give this man every single solitary chance to do anything he wants in this game. I want to have this conversation because we literally saw a man who backed out of a battle for friendship suddenly come out with a record that's dissing an ex-friend that he claims is a punk bitch and this, that, and the third, after he claims he was on his spiritual journey. Remember, he was at Dreamville Fest, said the spirit didn't sit right. It didn't sit right in the soul. It was the hardest 2 days of his career, of his life. After he dissed K. Dot, he did the lamest thing of his career, and it took him off his spiritual path. He wasn't moving right. Y'all remember that? Right? I know y'all remember that whole shenanigans and all these things that we've been seeing for the last almost 2 years from J. Cole fans and others, right? Most of the people that are defending him are J. Cole fans, but a lot of people claim to be enlightened, and they're telling us that we're wrong because J. Cole is some type of habitual monk walking around with a walking stick going across the land trying to be humble, and we're just Neanderthals, there's that word again, that won't let him forget what he's done. I saw a video as early as last week telling us, have we ever done something that we regretted? Have we ever made a mistake, right? Well, I ain't never made a mistake and then come back on the very next album that I release and make the same mistake even worse. J. Cole is dissing a local rapper. You're going to say Charles, but he peed on his old house. Charles, he got 2 diss records against him. Charles, he called him light-skinned Jermaine, for God's sakes. Well, end of the day, J. Cole is a multi-platinum selling artist. J. Cole is one of the biggest artists in the world, which I believe, I could be making this up. His net worth is around $60 million. Go ask 910 Ghost what his net worth is. I want to have this conversation because you guys have afforded this man so much grace. It is insane to me. J. Cole literally told a guy he wants to fist fight him when he get back to Fayetteville. And you guys are like, yeah, Cole. Right? It's the wildest shit I ever seen, but I want to talk about this, right? Because J. Cole, right? Let's look up the definition of bully. I went and found, I dug it up, right? A bully, a blustering, browbeating person, especially one who is habitually cruel, insulting, or threatening to others who are weaker, smaller, or in some way vulnerable. Now, let me say this. With 910, what's his name? 910 Space, whatever this kid name is, If he was offered a stack of money, just 10 grand, just say 10 grand to stop dissing J. Cole and never say J. Cole's name, would you think he'd take it? 20 grand, 30 grand? If they offered him money, because he's not making that on this music, let's just be honest. He's not making that with none of these diss records, right? J. Cole could literally buy and sell this guy to the high for almost pennies, gang. Right? At that point, he's vulnerable, he's weaker. If J. Cole walked up to this man and said, listen, bro, you still mad about whatever because Homeboy allegedly is supposed to be the guy that helped J. Cole get on. I don't know if y'all know the whole story. We're gonna have this conversation. We're gonna be here for a while. Okay? Get you some pudding, gang. To offset that hunger. We're gonna be here for a little bit. A 910 Space, right? I dug it up. Right? What's this dude? What's Homeboy's name? Right? Because what's going on? Right? What's going on is 910 Space is allegedly J. Cole's man from back in the day, man, 50 grand, and he did a lot of this, that, and the third, according to him, right? That's why the record's coming out. That's why he's mad, right? So he helped J. Cole essentially meet with Jay-Z, allegedly, and he held J. Cole down the streets, allegedly, when J. Cole got in the beef, this, that, and the third. Homeboy was there. 910 Space was the muscle, right? He was the muscle, big bone and brolic. He was the one handling business down there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Salute to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Y'all niggas is all right with me, okay? So let me keep this pushing. So 910 Space is in essence saying that he was the backbone of the operation. He did everything Cole asked for free, right? And it seems like what happened was he asked for something in return one day. Something's going to happen. You're going to need some help, gang. It is what it is. If this guy gets to be a millionaire off of your muscle down there for you, he helped him get shows, this, that, and the third. If he becomes a millionaire off of your blood, sweat, and tears, Homeboy one day, according to him, asked him for the first time. I don't know if it was the first time or not, but he got the right to ask you for anything if he the muscle down there helping you do this, that, and the third, right? So apparently he asked J. Cole for something. He didn't say exactly what it was. He said, I needed this help. We all know that's code for asking for some money. Right? He asked him for some money. Cole ghosted him, right? So now Homeboy is mad. Now, I don't know how long Homeboy been dissing J. Cole, but apparently none of this came to a head to the mainstream until allegedly after J. Cole apologized to K. Dot over the battle, over the 7-minute drill that we all watched, we all felt it was lame. And there was some rappers that's a little bit stronger than this guy that said something named Simba, right? He gave Simba a half a bar on that what's that record on the first track of the mix CD, right? The one that he dropped, the Birthday Blizzard 26, right? He gave Simba, young Simba's, they got shit. I'm your dad, I'm your father. This, all this, that, and the third, right? All this big bone brolic talking one line. He didn't dedicate no whole record to him, right? So now what we got right here is a guy who let's just I want to peel back these layers, gang. He's attacking a local rapper. He's attacking a local rapper, gang, and I'm embarrassed because some of my contemporaries are okay with this. You're okay with a multi-million-dollar man who makes records about actively staying out of beef. He got a record on here that what if Tupac and Biggie apologized? What if that never happened? Their lives would have been spared. You can't put that same record on this album. And I'm going to be honest, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, let me listen to this again. Let me make sure that this is what everybody's saying it is, and this is what Mike Drop TV saying it is, and everybody else. Is he really coming at this guy? Because it could be a theoretically, he could be talking in theory. This is what I'm trying to say. So I went and listened to it. And as I'm listening, I'm like, it is kind of theoretical, but it's not. Because the simple fact of the matter is, we know that this guy did this stuff recently. This ain't no theoretical when I was 29. This shit is right now. He just dissed you. This guy just dissed you. He went and peed on the house. You're going to say, Charles, he peed on the house. Well, first things first, J. Cole don't live there no more. J. Cole allegedly gave that to wayward women in need who need to get themselves together. They use that. That sounds like a matter for the police to handle. I'm just gonna be honest. That don't sound like J. Cole need to go get this guy to head up. J. Cole don't live there no more. He's transferred ownership to these people some kind of way, right? They gotta own it to be a wayward house for moms who need single mothers, this, that, and the third, which I applaud that. But a lot of people are making a lot of this guy peeing on the house. That sounds like something law enforcement need to deal with. He trespassed on the house and did a freestyle over there. So everybody's like, J. Cole, you would have never heard of this guy until J. Cole made this rap about him. He's picking on a vulnerable person. This guy is just talking shit. He can't do nothing to J. Cole. He would never see J. Cole. J. Cole made a whole rap about a guy he doesn't even have any chance of seeing ever. Ever. Right? But at the end of the day, he looks very tough on here. And I watched Mike drop TV's thing and I'm like, bro, making a point. He said, this guy will pick on the people that he actually can beat. He can beat this guy without even ever saying anything else. He's already beat him. All his fans is already on this guy. They already following this guy. They found this guy. They're already all over him. That's bullying. That's bullying. Listen, a blustering, browbeating person, especially one who is habitually cruel, insulting, or threatening to others who are weaker, smaller, and in some way vulnerable. J. Cole literally got bars dissing Diggy Simmons and Tyrese. What are we talking about? This is fake bullying, gang. It's not real bullying, it's fake bullying. Because when the tough ones came that really want to smoke, we saw J. Cole say, you know what, Dreamville, who love Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick Lamar's the best. Don't you agree? As do I. We didn't get all that smoke and all that tough talk. We saw 7-minute drill go up, go down. Within 24 hours, the entire culture was like, well, probably 5 niggas was like, this shit fire. Other than that, the entire culture was like, yeah, this ain't it, Cole. People was picking them bars apart. It wasn't a pretty day at all for J. Cole. And J. Cole said he lost a lot of sleep. It was the lamest thing I ever did in my life. It wasn't lame because he felt he hurt Kendrick's feelings or he messed up his friendship. It was lame because the culture said it was lame. I don't know why y'all keep feeding into this shit. I did some scenarios. Let me ask you a question, right? I don't know if y'all know who Sauce Money is, but if Jay-Z came out right now with an album right now dissing Sauce Money or even Jaz-O, if Jay-Z make a record, he make a whole record, he dropped 444 Part 2, right? And he gets on that record and on track 6, he got a whole shit dissing Jaz-O. Y'all gonna be like, oh man, Jay corny as shit for that. Jay corny than a motherfucker. That shit corny. Jaz-O ain't even bothering. Jaz-O ain't even in the picture. Right? Even if when Jaz-O has dissed him. Right? Just imagine Jay-Z go back and diss Sauce Money or Jaz-O right now at this point in his career. This guy's a billionaire. He's dealing with the Super Bowl. This, that, and the third. Why are you dissing someone that's lesser than you, way lesser than you? That's not how this works in hip-hop. You don't get to diss local rappers, gang. You don't get to diss guys beneath you that have no chance of retaliating, that have no... You're sending your fans on an attack mission. You don't say, Charles, you said a lot of things. Man, it's a lot of niggas say a lot of shit about J. Cole. You gonna diss them all and not diss Kendrick? Come on, man. You just dropped the whole album that's supposed to be your final album. And now you sitting here talking about, I might make... They interviewed, is this, you really retired? Well, I might still make music occasionally. Well, now he unretired already. If I get the feeling, you told everybody, you built this shit up for 10 years, I'm going to drop the fall off and then I'm going to fall off and I'm done. Now he's talking this shit. Now the joint's out. Now he realized I backed myself into a corner. Now he's talking, well, I'm going to do production and I'm going to still do features. So then you didn't fucking retire. Right? And you can still do features and not retire. I get that. But he's talking like leaving the door open. Like if the feeling hits me, well, gang, you could pretty much guess it's going to be an album in about 2 years. So he literally used that whole rollout that this is my last album. He got y'all niggas again. But let's stay focused. What if Kendrick went back and dissed Meek Mill or Joel Ortiz? Both of them got at Kendrick for saying their name on the Control verse. What if he goes out right now in his very next album and gets at Joel Ortiz for some old shit that he did? Or gets at Meek Mill? Y'all gonna say, come on, Dot, you serious right now? You got all these, you got Drake, you got J. Cole, you got all this shit to address, and you gonna go and jump on some niggas that's, let's just be honest, Joel Ortiz can rap, Meek Mill can rap, but they not gonna get no love like this. They gonna swallow them niggas up. They gonna get clowned for 2 weeks straight. There's no retaliation from this. Joel gonna benefit from it from the buzz, but it's not gonna really do nothing for him. All it's gonna do is make a lot of Kendrick fans go start hating on him. It's bullying. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. What if Drake go back right now, make a whole record dissing XXXTentacion? I know he's dead, but imagine if he did that. You would be like, oh my gosh, this nigga's corny. He's beneath them, gang. This guy he can't defend himself. This 910 guy, I don't care how tough he's acting in the streets, this and that, saying this, that, and the third, whatever. He talking about J. Cole, mom, this, that, and the third. J. Cole has absolutely no choice but to ignore it. You're too big to be coming with a whole record about a local rapper when you didn't stand up to K-Dot. Right? At the end of the day, this guy clearly is hurt. The only reason he's dissing you is because he's hurt. You was this man, 50 grand, he did this, that, and the third, or I got him in the studio, this, that, and the third. Right? And now you're dissing. Let me read this. So I know some of you don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna read this because at the end of the day, we gotta all be on the same page, right? On the track Poor Thing from his 2026 album The Fall Off, J. Cole is rapping about a local rapper from his hometown of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The lyrics address a specific person who had previously dissed him, highlighting a hometown hater in a track that explores his return to his roots at age 29. Right? Now, I hear you. You're going to say, well, Charles, this supposed to be from the angle. I thought about this. This supposed to be from the angle from 29. Well, the guy didn't diss him to the apology. If I'm reading this right, the guy didn't diss him to after the apology. That's when all his dissing started. Right? Well, apparently he dissed him some other shit. But at the end of the day, the real problem came after the apology because he went at him again. Right? That doesn't give J. Cole the right to then, after losing the battle, coming off as this monk, making all this music about redemption and this, that, and the third, and being bigger man, and young people need to learn. For now, you're talking about when you get back to Fayetteville, you want to head up. Don't bring no guns. Well, what if he bring a gun? What if he kill you? So what happens? Let me ask you a question. When these drill rappers rap about their ops on these records, what do we say? We say it's dumb, right? What do we do when we hear a drill rapper drop another guy's name on a record? What usually happens? It usually ends bad, right? So at the end of the day, we're gonna once again remove all the rules of this shit, right? We're gonna say, well, J. Cole was just defending himself from a nigga that has nothing, gang. He has nothing on this guy. He could diss J. Cole for the next 20 years. No one would hear it. He could put that shit on sound. He could diss J. Cole, wake up every morning for the next 15 years straight, make a SoundCloud record every single morning. No one knows. But now everybody knows because J. Cole went and got in his feelings, still trying to prove his street cred and be tough. It's weird, gang. It don't make no sense. But let me finish what's going on. It wasn't from him being at 29. It wasn't. I'm just going to be honest. This is right now. And I'm going to read you the lyrics, but let me stay focused. Target. The song addresses a local Fayetteville rapper who disrespected him, which Cole addresses with multiple verses. Context. The song is featured on Disc 29, which focuses on the narrative of returning home to Fayetteville to confront past and present issues. Even 10 years ago, it would be dumb to fight this nigga. It'd be dumb to fight this nigga. What are you trying to prove? Even if this supposed to be Disc 29, which that's not what's going on. He's dissing that guy right now. I thought this through. I'm like, there's no way he's dissing this guy at 29. This is right now. Because the guy's dissing right now. All right. So either way, what do you get out if you go knock this dude, slam out one punch, hit a quitter, bang, right? Ain't you the guy selling CDs hand in hand right now? Right? Ain't you supposed to be on a different time? You're not on that time. You're a I can't impress this enough to you guys. This guy's a multi-million-dollar artist. When he drops music, he makes millions of dollars. He does millions-dollar tours. What is it going to prove going back to Fayetteville, punching some guy in the face? Or risking the guy punching you in the face, or pulling out a knife, or anything. Why would you stir this beef up? Why would you even address this beef? You addressing this beef is making it worse. Because now you got people down there choosing sides that feel a certain way about this homeboy and you. Right? So now when you go back, now you're watching your head on a swivel. This is not enlightenment to me. It's not enlightenment. And everybody don't get nuance. Let's say this is supposed to be this rhetorical thing where you're talking about, well, when I was 29, this is how I felt. Well, everybody in the streets don't do shit like, they don't think like that. They don't think, well, that's Cole just being, he's just using his imagination. No, it's not that. It's really not real. It's not real. He's just reflecting and saying if and what. Everybody don't think like that. Everybody don't. These streets ain't for that, and you know that. And you're talking real spicy on this record. So if homeboy gathers up some dude, because you're going to be home at some point, why would you kick this hornet's nest? It don't make no sense unless you a fake bully and you want everybody to think, oh yeah, Cole got them hands and he ready to go. He don't want he telling dude, don't bring no guns. You can't tell niggas what to do on these streets, dog. Okay? It sound good. Yo, no guns, just a fist fight. How many niggas dead because they said that? How many niggas dead because they was like, yo, we going to give a head up. 1v1. How many niggas in a box right now? So you can't say that. It's not smart, and you're teaching these people, your fans, and this, that, and the third. For one, you're not going to do none of this shit. It's fake bullshit. And for two, let's say you did do it. That would be even dumber. right? I don't know if you've seen Hamilton, right? Ain't that how Hamilton's son dies? Goes to a goddamn duel that he didn't even want to go to, right? And his father told him, yo, raise your gun in the air, shoot it in the air. Yeah, did the other guy do that? I don't think he did. The nigga's dead, right? Happened to both of them, right? Spoiler alert, right? So at the end of the day, right? We're watching Cole unravel, still trying to be tough and show us that he's still from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Salute to Fayetteville. No beef, no problem, no smoke with none of these niggas. I'm just telling you like it is. Significance. Despite the high profile, publicly avoided beef with Kendrick Lamar and others, the track showcases a direct response to a local personal conflict. Cole, it's one thing in theory to lay out a picture of a local rapper in some kind of beef. You're really tying this to a real person that really exists. It don't make no sense. Let me read this. Why is 910 Spacey, right? Oh, Space. He's also known as Spacey. Why is he dissing J. Cole? I put that in. Let's lock it in. So he's from J. Cole's hometown. He gained notoriety for constantly dissing Cole through various tracks and social media videos. The tension between them stems from several factors. Hometown rivalry. 910 Space positions himself as the hometown hater who challenges Cole's reputation in Fayetteville. He has criticized Cole's authenticity and his role as a representative of their shared city. So he got beef, smoke. He's using your name for clout. Is it working? Never heard of this nigga in my life. Never heard of this nigga till you brought him to the psyche. Now they all on Reddit, this, that, and the third, talking about 910 Space, a.k.a. Spacey. Everybody's reading his bio. You got all these YouTubers going to his videos. His video's probably up by now. I don't care if he been dissed you for 10 years. You have no reason to reply to him. You know how many niggas make diss records all the time against well-known rappers all the time? I saw motherfuckers, didn't they just do BBL Drizzy? And fucking 7,000 motherfuckers made BBL Drizzy diss records, right? It just don't make no sense to even respond, gang. He's breaking all of the rules in this hip hop shit, and you guys are like, oh, that nigga Cole, he nice. That nigga nice and shit, gang. You heard that shit? Yo, poor thing. Like, yo, motherfuckers singing this shit. It's weird, gang. It don't make no sense because this guy is too big to be coming at a local rapper. And you guys, if this was 50 Cent, you would be laughing at him. If he made a whole record against Smurf or somebody, like, you'd be like, bro, you dead ass? Y'all cut this guy a lot of slack. Y'all cut this guy way too much slack. I'm just going to be honest, gang. I'm just going to be honest. It's to the point where we can't even have honest conversations about this nigga. Because all y'all do, when you listen to somebody talk about, listen to any of these YouTubes, anybody on wherever, Twitter, wherever, they don't give a fuck what this nigga does, gang. They always go back, yo, this nigga's nice. He's the lyrical. Yo, his display, his technique. Like, they don't talk about nothing he does, dog. Nothing he does. He does nothing wrong, right? He's up there going hand in hand with CDs like this nigga like just came out, right? End of the day, some of us say it's performative, and when we say it's performative, they come out of nowhere. They making videos. Yo, what you mean it's performative? They defend this nigga tooth and nail. He cannot be criticized for some fucking reason. Well, guess what? I'm here to do it. I'm the problem. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, gang. Because I'm going to be here protecting this hip-hop shit. I don't like fake shit, gang. I'm just going to be honest. The simple fact of the matter is I'm sitting here watching a guy who has everything in the world, looking down on a nigga. I don't care how tough this nigga's acting. 910 Spacey, this, that, and the third. I don't care. He got 1 million tattoos. This motherfucker do whatever around his hood. He walk around his hood all day with a motherfucking machete with his shirt off. I don't give a fuck how tough he acting. J. Cole ain't never going to see this nigga in his fucking life. There's no reason to diss this guy. There's no reason for me to know who he is after you made a whole record talking crazy too. Let me continue. Artistic critiques. In his tracks, 910 Spacey uses sample and lyrical references that mock Cole's style, specifically targeting Cole's biracial identity and his perceived preachy tone, comparing him to the rapper Common. Yeah, he getting in his ass. End of the day, all that shit is irrelevant. What's wrong with that? Right? What's wrong? Why would you even care that a nigga calling you Common like this and the third? Let's just put it like this. When this guy goes back to town, you're going to say, first of all, you're going to say, Charles, what should he do? First of all, when he goes back to town, that's when you handle this in town. You don't just rap for Fayetteville. You didn't put this album out for Fayetteville, right? You put this album out for the entire world. So for you to bring a local issue into the entire world makes no sense. I'm just going to be honest. There's going to be people in my comments. Charles, the guy disrespecting him. He's spitting on his name, peed on his house. Da-da-da-da. What he supposed to do? I would do it. Da-da-da. Well, first of all, you ain't him. You ain't in J. Cole's shoes. You don't know nothing about what this guy got going on. He sits in meetings every day. This guy got shit going on. He sits in very powerful meetings about some really big money. This nigga is not you. You're not him, nigga. You work at Foot Locker, nigga. You're not doing what he does. So he has a whole bunch of constituents that need his ass safe. They don't need him going around Fayetteville looking for beef to sock out 910 Spacey. Okay? Especially when he wouldn't take the beef when it was only on wax. This shit ain't on wax. This is some shit that might go left. Okay? This is where my problem is. So I don't agree with absolutely none of it. None of it. This shit should have been settled in the house. He knows this man. He could have got this man's number. He could have called this nigga and been like, nigga, this shit should have been a fade a long time ago that none of us heard about. If you really felt this strongly, you could have set it up where you met this nigga somewhere. I'm sure some boxing rink in fucking Fayetteville y'all niggas could have met at. Right? You could have came with your crew, your team, and he could have came with his, and everybody got pat down, and y'all just fought this shit out a long time ago. Right? Then y'all hear that K-Dot said he would have fought Drake in private. He said we could go to a boxing ring in private. It got back to Drake, and Drake is like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Right? I don't know if y'all remember that story, but it happened. You ain't hear no diss record talking about, yeah, I want to fight the nigga when I see him. That's corny to me. It's corny. You're going to fight a local rapper, but you won't even rap against Kendrick? Y'all both, this nigga first of all, this nigga did way more for you than Kendrick. Let's just be honest. You literally, this is what, if motherfuckers gonna get my comments, Charles, what should he do? Nigga dissing them. First of all, the nigga dissing you for a reason. He not dissing you because you J fucking Cole. He's saying you a snake that didn't do him right. Nigga, you a millionaire. Throw him 20 grand. Oh, there you go, count his pockets. You fucking right. End of the day, if I'm a fucking millionaire, you think I'm gonna sit here and beef with a nigga? You're not even built like that. 50 Cent walk around, yeah, he built like that. He ready for that. This nigga got snipers and all. He got SEAL Team 6 walking with his ass. And he wants to smoke. You don't. You're riding a fucking bike around town, nigga. So how you gonna perpetuate fighting him on sight? How you gonna perpetuate violence, my dude? This track mad violent. Like it's mad fucking violent. So at the end of the day, I'm sitting here like, how are you gonna perpetuate actually getting into a fist fight with a guy when you absolutely have no reason to? To me, this is what I'm gonna do. As a millionaire, this ain't some nigga that I don't like. This is a nigga that was rolling with me. Apparently, y'all was sleeping in the same fucking rooms and shit. This was your man. There is no reason you should be talking about fist fighting him when you got millions of dollars, and that's all he asked you for was some fucking petty change, right? Like the fucking movie. What was it? Coming to America. Get the petty change, right? He's asking you for petty fucking change. Petty cash, right? To tell father we need the petty cash. Like he asked you for some petty cash, and now you want to fight him, just like with Cameron. Cameron asked you for a verse, and now you went and got Drake lawyers. Gang, is something going on, dog. It's shit that you can just resolve. These are things you can resolve. You didn't need to make a whole record talking about this, that, and the third when you see him is on. That's pride and ego, the same shit you preaching about on this album. End of the day, I'm not reading them fucking lyrics. If you want to read that shit, go read. I'm not reading all that shit. All this bitch, that. It's way too tough for what J. Cole is supposed to be trying to portray. All right? It's way too fucking tough. And the simple fact of the matter is, it's embarrassing to me to read it knowing that this guy walks around all day like he's not on none of that. And you guys keep giving him these passes. You keep making it like, well, Cole and this and that. Stop saying that shit. We rejecting all of that bullshit that this nigga some fucking monk walking around looking for peace and love. And then he makes these records. All this shit, every record I've heard, all this shit I've heard since the fucking birthday Blizzard 26, all the way to this record right here. This nigga's talking real hella spicy. And y'all like, well, that's just the lyrical combinations of his techniques and flows. Fuck out of here. Y'all niggas, this nigga's talking gangster shit. He's talking a lot of gangster shit. Then he come back and flip it. And it's like he's walking both worlds, this, that, and the third. And y'all motherfuckers never, ever see the fucking middle. You're like, well, it's Cole. Everything he did, y'all flipping and bouncing and making this shit all intellectual and shit. Sometimes the nigga really just talking about shooting your fucking girlfriend like he said. I'm gonna come in your house, shoot you, shoot your girl, all this crazy shit. It's mad fucking blatant and literal. And by the time you motherfuckers flipping and bouncing, this shit is fucking Jesus Christ coming down, spitting this shit right out the Bible. It ain't that, gang. And y'all not holding this guy to the standards of this. If this was anybody else that went and dissed a local nigga, a local rapper, after you just went into a battle and chickened out, they would get fucking fried. Right? What if it was Sticky Fingers from Onyx? What if Sticky Fingers from Onyx did this shit? Sticky Fingers from fucking Onyx went and backed out of a battle, apologized to the nigga, told the nigga, take your best shot, and then 2 years later, he dissed some nigga from fucking Queens on his record. Come on, man, I'm done with this shit, man. Y'all niggas, y'all listen, I'm here, gang. I'm still hip hop. I don't know about you niggas that make a million excuses. All these intellectual niggas that ride behind J. Cole's coattails, pulling on his fucking socks, trying to follow him up and down the street in his fucking what he got, a Honda Civic or the fuck he driving around in right now. End of the day, all that shit sound cute. It don't mean shit to me if you not following these fucking rules and codes. Right? All that hip hop shit. I'm selling CDs out the trunk. Do you, my nigga? But end of the day, we still here on this hip hop shit. We don't forget. We don't forgive. It don't bend. It don't fucking change. It don't shift. You still ain't answer for the shit you fucked up last time. You still doing more goofy shit. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm out of here, man. CLBMG. I got new partner links, affiliate links, sponsorship links down below. If you want to support the channel, show niggas love. This is how we eat. Like, we do these YouTube videos, but if you want us to keep working and doing more content, tap these links, lock in. You know you on Temu already. Ride that wave down there. Also, my Patreon's up. I just started it. Salute to the people who locked in, people that's already members. Head on over there. Some stuff gonna be free. Some stuff gonna be for the members only. But just lock in either way. Be a member over there on Patreon. I'm putting something on almost pretty much every night. So lock in, gang. All right, CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show. Me, TJ, and Flares. We talk about hip-hop things, this, and the third. All right? We already tapped in on J. Cole. We did the trial of J. Cole. We did that last week. And a lot of people was in there, and it was a pretty good deal. We just did another show last week, and we're going to do another one this week, man. Lock in. Also, that, featuring TJ and Flares and myself, that's on my page. Type in This That Charles Brown. It's off the What Project, all right? Lock in, watch that video, get in the comments, let me know what you think, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.